Hey everybody, Cinema Sickness here with your daily video, and happy Thursday morning to each and every one of you. So what is going on this morning? Well, that's easy. It's noise, noise, noise. That is all that is going on this morning here at the Cinema Sickness household. Back here, my neighbors are currently getting a tree cut down. You guys can see all that back there. Tree coming down. Used to be a big tree, now it's just but a bit of a stump. They're getting that taken care of, so that's fun. Woke up to the noise of chainsaws and banging of trees falling down and stuff like that. Then, across the street in the apartments, they've been grinding up the parking lot over here and putting down new blacktop, so the noise of all the grinding and the trucks and the blacktop and all that stuff. And then to top it all off, they finally started digging up my sidewalk right out front of my house. So, yeah. It's pretty crazy outside here today. Very noisy, just trucks and banging and sawing and grinding and all kinds of fun stuff like that. Absolutely insane. So probably not the most productive day for me. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing today. I don't know if I'm going to be going out doing any hunting or anything like that. I've just been kind of dealing with all the noise and the craziness that's been going on here at the Cinema Sickness household. Just crazy, all this going on all at the same time. But I might actually get those guys to see if they can come over and trim my trees. My trees, as you can see, branches very low, very much in need of trimming. So maybe they'll come over and trim them for like cheap or something like that. We'll see, I don't know. But that's what I'm dealing with this morning. Well, all right, guys, that was a waste of a day. Not only did I have to put up with all of the, just the noise and the craziness going on outside, and the fact that I got woken up way too early this morning because of all that craziness and noise, and Cinema Sickness Jr. had to go spend the day at the in-laws because it was just too noisy here for him to take a nap, because seriously, you could hear all that like clear as day through the walls of the house. I mean, 3 construction things going on. I mean, trees coming down, new parking lot being paved, and the digging up of our sidewalk directly in front of our house. I mean, it was all that combined was super noisy. You could hear it as clear as day in the house. It was just crazy and just insane outside. So not only did I have to deal with all of that, but I thought that at the very least what I was going to get out of this was the possibility of my trees being trimmed. As I already mentioned, I was going to go talk to the guys up cutting the tree down at my neighbor's house and ask them, hey, you already have your equipment out. Would you be able to possibly maybe come over and trim my trees that are in need of trimming? So I did that. I went and asked them that. Again, I told the boss or the foreman or whatever, whoever he was, the guy in charge. I asked who was in charge, and they said that guy, and I went to talk to him. They told me, I told him that, again, my trees were in need of trimming, and, if they wanted to, trim them, I would much appreciate it, and, just give me a quote, let me know how much it would cost. Again, I'm like, you already have your equipment out here. It wouldn't be a whole extra job. You're already in, you're next door. I just, whatever, just let me know how much it would cost, and maybe we could get that done. And the guy was like, okay, when I get done here, I will come over and look at your trees and let you know how much, and, we can just throw you in. Awesome. I thought that was very cool. I was pretty excited. I figured I'd get maybe a good deal on getting some trees trimmed. They just packed up and left. Never came to my house, never took a look at my trees, never gave me a quote, nothing. Just finished up the job at my neighbor's house and left. So I waited around all day long for nothing, because the entire reason I waited around, the entire reason I didn't go anywhere today, the entire reason why all I've had to eat all day was a pack of Pop-Tarts and a bottle of water, and I am starving right now. As soon as I'm done this video, I'm going to go get something to eat. As soon as I'm done this part of the video, I'm going to go get something to eat. Then I'm going to watch a movie, but we'll get into that in a minute. The reason why I stuck around the house all day long was because I had no idea when they were going to be done, and when somebody was going to be coming over to the house to give me a quote and talk to me about the possibility of trimming my trees. So I had to stick around. I had to stick around for that. And it was a complete waste. There was no reason to do that. Nobody ever came over. And I am actually a little bit on the angry side about that. But it is what it is. I don't know. Anyway, so at least the good news is I got mail. So this was at least exciting. At least I went to my mailbox and found a package waiting for me. That's always a nice thing. This coming from HBO. Yes, HBO this time. Not like last time where I said HBO and it was actually Warner Brothers. This actually is coming from HBO. They sent me a copy of All the Way. This looked like an interesting made-for-TV movie. Apparently taking place in the whole Lyndon B. Johnson and Martin Luther King, JFK, Vietnam War kind of era, civil rights, all that stuff. Apparently taking place in that time period, and I think that sounds pretty interesting. From the little bit I read about this, it sounded like a very interesting movie and definitely something I'd want to check out. This is apparently already available for digital download for digital HD download. That was apparently available on July 11th. But if you're looking to get the DVD combo pack or the Blu-ray combo pack, that is going to be available on September 6th. So this is going to be available very soon for you guys to pick up. So very awesome. Definitely something I'm looking forward to checking out. And in fact, I think that's what I'm going to spend my evening doing. I'm going to watch this movie. So I'm going to go get some food because I'm absolutely starving. Like I said, I had a pack of Pop-Tarts and water. That's all I've eaten all day. I need food in the belly, so I'm going to go get that, and then we're going to watch All the Way. That beats the hell out of a Pop-Tart.
You to enact President Kennedy's Civil Rights Bill into law so that we can eliminate from this nation every trace of discrimination that is based upon race or color.
So, all right, All the Way. This was really enjoyable. I thought this was a great movie, all about the first term of Lyndon B. Johnson. This movie starts off right when JFK is assassinated, and LBJ, being the vice president, is then sworn in as the president. Now he's the president of the United States, and he's going to be that way until the next election comes, and then who knows. So one of the first things he decides to do is set in motion the passing of the Civil Rights Bill into the Constitution, since that was something that JFK was trying to get in motion and get passed and everything like that, and unfortunately with him being assassinated, it didn't get through and didn't get in motion. So he decides that the LBJ decides that one of the first things he's going to do is try to pass this bill. And of course, it's met with lots of controversy, and a lot of people are upset about it because, of course, this is the time when it is, and heaven forbid, people not be extremely racist and horrible and full of hatred, as they even are today. But it's civil rights. It's giving black people the right to vote, because unfortunately, in southern states, it's kind of up to states as to whether or not people have those rights. Because I guess up north, a lot of states, they had the right to vote, but in other states they didn't. So it was all kind of all the way up to the states. But of course, they want to pass in the Constitution that no, everybody has the right to vote. And why that is even a question, I have no idea. But that's the idea. So, of course, it's met with all this controversy and whatnot, and the whole story is based around LBJ and really the re-election coming up, and him wanting to be maintain his presidency and wanting to get elected and have a second term, a term that isn't just basically he doesn't want to be an accidental president. He says that he doesn't want to be known as the accidental president, that he's only a president because he was the vice president and the president was shot. He wants people to actually elect him and for him to actually be an elected president, and he's kind of fighting for that. But of course, with everything that's going on now with this bill and his own party turning against him, and all these other states turning against him, and just a lot of people being against him because of this whole controversial bill. Why it's controversial again, I can't wrap my mind around why people don't want to give rights to everybody. I don't get that, but with all that's going on, again, people are kind of turning against him and whatnot, and he really has to fight to keep to keep this bill going, and also to get reelected. And of course, I think partially he maybe cared a bit more about getting elected than he necessarily did the bill, although it does seem like he legitimately uh, did care about civil rights, and that he did want to give everybody a chance to vote, and did care about everybody's freedom and whatnot. It seems like he does care, because he really fights to keep this bill going, and really fights to keep this the civil rights bill like going, and not just like say the heck with it, I want to be president, so we'll forget this even existed. He doesn't want to do that. So I mean, kudos to him for that. But of course, he goes through hell with everybody just going against him because of this bill, and he's working with Martin Luther King through this, and it's just a whole process of just trying to keep this bill going, but also gets elected. So he has to maybe like change a few things and do some not so great things, and he's not necessarily making some of the black leaders all that happy, because he's changing some things up, but he's really doing what he can do, it seems, to keep both things going, to stay elected as president, and to help this bill get passed. Seems to be doing what he can, even though he might be screwing the bill over a little bit, and screwing the black community over a little bit to stay the president and to get reelected. But he seems like at heart he wants to do the right thing, but at the same time, he really wants to be the president. So I thought this was great. It's a really interesting part in history that you don't hear much about. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know like a ton about this. I mean, I know certain things about this part of history, but again, it's not one of those things. You just sort of hear about certain presidents and their presidencies and certain things that happen, and then other stuff gets skipped over, and it seems like LBJ tends to get skipped over, and especially his whole time period between the assassination of JFK and LBJ becoming president up until when he was actually elected president. So it's his whole few years there between where he's trying to win the votes and keep people happy, but also just stay the president, but also try to pass this bill. And it's really interesting, and it's definitely a great look into civil rights and whatnot. So I thought this was fantastic, very well done. The makeup in this was just amazing. Bryan Cranston just I didn't even like at first. It was one of those things where it's like at first you're like, was that him? Like, you don't even realize it's him like until like maybe like a minute. You're like, oh my god, that's him. The makeup was so good, and not just on him, but like a lot of people in this movie, they did a phenomenal job with just the makeup to make them look aged, to make them look more like people who are they supposed to look like. I think they did a fantastic job. I mean, maybe Anthony Mackie, not so much, making him look like Martin Luther King. I thought maybe they could have done a better job on that, but still, I think Martin Luther King maybe was a little bit more filled out. He's a little bit more hefty, but still, they did a good job. And I was really surprised again by the special effects and the makeup, because I mean, watching this in high definition and seeing them get like close up on LBJ, I mean, you see like beads of sweat and tears and stuff on him, and you don't see like a single like line or dash of makeup or anything on him. It looks like it's his real skin. It looks like it's him, and I think just phenomenal job. I was really blown away by the effects in this. They did a great job. So would I recommend this? Yes, I would. This was very well done, and it's just so interesting to see just a piece of history that we just don't, at least in my opinion, a piece of history that we just don't see enough of. It's just it seems like this gets, I mean, even though this is a big important part of history with the civil rights and everything like that, and getting this bill passed and whatnot, it just seems like for whatever reason we kind of somewhat skip over this. I don't really remember reading about this in like history when I was a kid, or learning about it, or seeing any documentaries on this. I mean, I'm sure there were, but as far as I've seen a million documentaries on certain presidents and certain times of history. This is one I just don't see a lot on or hear a lot about. So it's really cool to see this movie and to certainly learn some things I didn't know before. So I would definitely recommend all the way. A fantastic watch, and one definitely to pick up. Well, alright guys, there you go. That's it for today's daily video. Not the most productive day ever. I was actually planning on going out and doing a little hunting today. There was somewhere I wanted to go, but like I said, I just kind of sat around the house, waited for the possibility of getting my trees trimmed, and it never happened, and I just really wasted the day away, and I wasn't too thrilled about that, but that's the way it happens sometimes. Not every day is a grand adventure, and some days it's just a noisy annoying day. And that was today, but whatever. At least I got sent a really good movie, and it was a really good watch. So again, definitely recommending it. So there you go, guys. That is it. So like I always say, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a new video from me every single day, then hit that subscribe button. And if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, one of many designs you can choose from, then head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can grab yourself one of these. And also, if you want to gain early access to most of my videos and just show your support and your appreciation, your thanks for these videos, then head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness, where again, every little tiny little bit very much helps, and we'll gain you early access to most of my videos, and it's just very much appreciated. So again, that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.